You'll set yourself on fire to keep them warm, and yet they won't do the same for you. And I'm talking about your enemies, not frenemies, but your enemies. They're pretending to be your friend, but they're really not. And rather than them being your life support, supporting you in your life, supporting you in your ventures, in your good endeavors, they are the disease that's sucking your life from you. And this is no way to live. This is no way to keep those that you love around you, especially when they don't love you the same. And I don't know if y'all have ever experienced this, but I have experienced this so much throughout my life where I am willing to give my all to my friendships. I'm willing to be that genuine and authentic person as we all should strive to be. Like, it's not a hard thing to be honest, to be genuine, to be real, to just be the person, the people that we're meant to be. And you're willing to give a whole, kidney to save your true friends, those that you love. But at the end of the day, most of them won't do the same for you. And I've come to see that that's a very sad reality that we all have to come to or will come to at some point in our lives. And for me, I learned maybe a few years ago that unfortunately, if you want to live a good life, if you want to grow and prosper, if you want to keep your peace, your good mental health up here, you have got to let those people go at some point in your life. And that's not a fun thing. It doesn't feel good. It is actually a moment to be grieved. Like some of the people that I've released, not all of them. I mean, I can on like one hand and maybe on two fingers. Some of the people that I have released, just slap off. I grieved those endings because it wasn't something that I wanted. Like, I really loved these people, but here I am willing to give it my all, willing to support them, willing to uplift them, willing to, love them. I love their children. I love them like family. And yet they didn't love me the same for whatever reason. They just do not love me the same. And I don't know if you can resonate with that. You have people in your circle right now, which is why we have to be very careful of the people or the company that we keep, because you have people in your circle right now who are pretending to love you. And in their heart, the place where God looks, in their heart, they really don't love you. And that's hard to say. It's hard to hear. It's hard to really sit with that and embrace that very fact that you have people that you love, people that you care for, people that you're willing to give it your all for, who don't love you, but you love them. What's wrong with that picture? Something's not right there. And often when we're in these positions, we find ourselves giving way more than they're ever willing to give. You find yourself standing up for them in rooms that they are not in. You find yourself really pushing them to be all that they can be in the moments when they feel like they can't go on. You find yourself being that sister or that brother that they may not have. But when you look around, hey, they're nowhere to be found. They're not there. They're not giving you that same energy that you're giving them. And that is a major problem in friendships today, in connections today, even romantic connections. We find ourselves carrying the relationship. And that's not okay, because that means that we feel as though we're not good enough to get the friendship or the relationship that we know that we deserve. God didn't create us to be abused, misused, exploited. That's not why we're here. So if we know that, we have to ask ourselves, why are we allowing ourselves to be treated like, and I'm just going to say it, trash, to be treated like trash? And then get this, you watch them around other people who does not support them, other people who would not give them a kidney if they needed one. And they treat those people so much better than you. What is wrong with that picture? Crazy. It's like mind blowing. And for the sake of your peace, don't try and figure it out. Just cut them loose. As sad, as direct, and as harsh as that sounds, it's something that you will have to do for your own well-being. Cut them loose. And like the hard things of life or in life, or the sad things in life, cutting those we love loose is no fun. It's another sad thing to add to our sad things list. And we all have that sad things list. Even if we don't have a physical list, it's in our memories. It's in our hearts. We remember those things that sadden us in our past. And cutting those people off will end up on that sad things list. But you know what? You'll end up a better person for it. You'll end up finding your tribe when your tribe is meant to find you. And sometimes that means riding solo for a long time, even for years for some of us. But we have to be okay with that, because it's good to find joy in no matter what state we're in, right? There's always something to be joyful about, even if that means that you are being joyful all by yourself. It is worth it in the end, because keeping people close to you who does not have your best interests at heart will not help your life in any form or fashion. Instead, it's going to hinder you, because you're going to look for that person, those people that you love, those friends that you love and that you feel should love you. You're going to look to them for support, and they're going to do everything to not support you. And that's because they are not your friends. They are your enemies who are pretending to be your friend. And that's very sad. And so when they don't give you that support that you so desperately want, because you're wondering, well, if I support you with my whole heart, if I genuinely support you, why on earth are you not supporting me? And it's a fair question, right? We've all asked that question if we found ourselves in these one-sided friendships. I support you with my whole heart, but why is it that when I need your support, you don't have the same energy for me that I have for you? And that's because they don't love you the same. In fact, I would go to say that a lot of this stems from envy or jealousy of some sort, something deep down inside that you may have felt. You may have seen the red flags, but you ignored because you really wanted the friendship. Like you really wanted this thing to be solid, unbreakable, right? Because I know for women, speaking for myself, I look at really cool friendships as sisterships. So to me, that goes beyond a friendship. And so if you look at your friendships like that, and if you're a woman or even if you're a man and you look at your friendships as like a brotherhood, when it goes south, because there's just something crazy happening within the other person that you may have seen, but you ignored, when those things go south, they are so darn painful. Because at the end of the day, if you are someone who operates with a pure heart, like I know all of my viewers do, right? Because you're someone who operates with a pure heart, it cuts you real deep. It's like someone took a knife, cut you open and left you bleeding. And here you are, you're trying to patch this wound, right? Not even patch it. You really want to heal it, but you'll settle with patching for now because the pain is just so hard to bear and understand. So you'll settle with just patching the wound. And even that becomes too painful. So if you are willing to set yourself on fire to keep a friend warm, a romantic partner, a lover warm, and they're not willing to do the same for you, girl, man, whomever's watching this video, I think it's time for you to cut away. And maybe not forever. We don't know what God has in store. You won't know what God has in store for you until that time passes. And if God sees fit for that person to come back in your life and apologize, let me put that in there. Some people are so egotistical and prideful, they're not willing to apologize for the wrong that they know they've done. You haven't done anything. Look, I'm not saying that you're perfect. I'm not saying that. But if you're operating with a pure and authentic heart and mind, if you've done something to cause an altercation or to cause pain to that friend, because let's face it, you're willing to set yourself on, fire to keep them warm. I don't even know if I can say that on YouTube, but oh well. And they're not willing to do the same for you. So I'm sure that if you're willing to do that, you have apologized to them if you've been in the wrong, right? It just happens naturally. But for those who won't be there when you need them to be, a lot of the times their ego and their pride steps in the way of what they know they should do. So they'd rather just sit there. I'm not going to say anything. I'm never going to apologize. I didn't, la, 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 la. So whenever God sees fit, or if he sees fit to bring them back in your life, that's when you'll know that the time is right to repair this broken bond. Because when God puts his hands on it, it is no longer broken. It is ready to be mended. That thing is repaired. And so I just want to encourage you to stay strong, hold on. And if you are rocking this life solo right now, meaning you don't have a tribe of friends that you can truly trust, people that are truly in your corner, that are standing with you, because it's vital to have. If you do not have that, hold on, stay strong, keep your faith, keep your hope, because that is going to change. I'm speaking that into existence for you because I believe it for you. That is going to change. You hear me? Look in my eyes. It's going to change. I believe it wholeheartedly, but you have to believe it too. I can't just be over here believing for you. You have to believe it too. And so just hold on and stay strong and just know that you are loved. You are lovable. Your tribe is out there. I love you. God loves you. But ultimately, you have to love yourself. So there you have it. The complete and solid recipe for friendships, friends who are pretending to be friends, but they're really enemies. You cut them loose. I'm Katie Gates, and this is the place where I help women like you and me become the best people that we can be. If that is your thing, subscribe to this channel. Also, sign up for my newsletter. If you like this, you're going to love my weekly newsletter. It is the bomb diggity. I promise. So sign up for that. The link is in the description box below. Give this video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and leave me a comment. Tell me, have you dealt with this before? And if you have, how did you handle it? I can't wait to read your comments. And until next time, I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye. Bye.